Liked people get ignored when it's hard. Respected people move the room. Be predictable, not permissive. Today you switch from please like me to you can count on me. This shift changes your mind, your life, and your work. We'll keep it simple, practical, and human. No fluff. Just moves you can use today. Machiavelli understood something important. People act on incentives and signals, not on speeches. If your signals say that rules bend when it gets awkward, your results will bend too. If your signals say clear standards, fair consequences, and steady follow-through, people relax and perform. You don't need to be feared. You need to be trusted for your consistency. He called this balance virtù, skill, grit, preparation, decisive action, versus fortuna, which means luck, chance, and randomness. Our goal is to rely less on luck and more on skill by becoming predictable in the best way. First move, choose 3 non-negotiables. Not fancy values, but simple rules you actually live by. For a team, say, we meet deadlines we agree to. We tell the truth about status early. We protect deep work. For personal life, say, I protect my first 90 minutes for focused work. I ship 1 meaningful task before I check messages. I close loops on promises the same day. Read them out loud. If a teenager wouldn't get it, make it clearer. Clarity beats poetry. Second move, tie each rule to an if-then consequence. Predictability is the point. If the rule is met, give public thanks, priority projects, or protected off hours. If the rule is missed without early warning, assign smaller scope next time, daily check-ins, and a simple written recovery plan. Keep consequences small, fast, fair, and private. No speeches, no drama. Third move, make the standard visible. Pin the rules and the consequence map where eyes land. In a team channel, on a wall card, on your lock screen. Invisible standards are wishes. Visible standards are culture. Fourth move, carry 2 short scripts. For correction, we agreed on this by Tuesday. It didn't happen, and I didn't get a heads up. Our standard is early truth. The consequence is smaller scope and daily check-ins until trust is rebuilt. I'm here to help. Let's reset now. For praise, you raised the risk early and protected the timeline. Thank you. That's the standard. Fifth move, signal with behavior, not bravado. Start on time, even if someone important is late. End when the goal is done, not when the clock says stop. Put the hardest item first. Phone away in one-on-ones. People don't hear policies. They copy patterns. Your pattern is the policy. Here's why this works. Love builds loyalty. Fear builds compliance. Respect builds reliability. Reliability delivers. When people don't spend energy reading your mood, they spend it doing the work. Predictability feels like safety. Safety unlocks effort. Now picture a team room at 9 in the morning. A project is slipping. Everyone is friendly, but nobody is honest about the dates. The air is polite and heavy. You walk in with 3 lines on 1 page. You read them. You pin them. You say, daily 15 minutes. Yesterday's promise, today's promise, risks. Early truth earns help. Late truth earns smaller scope. We keep dignity. We keep speed. The first day feels awkward. The second day feels lighter. By Friday, people arrive with real numbers, not smiles. Early truth beats late perfection. Now a personal scene. Nighttime. Blue light on your face. You say you care about growth, but your thumb says scroll. You write 1 rule on the door. Screens off by 9:30. If you keep it, you read for an hour and sleep deeper. If you break it, no screen the next evening, and the cutoff moves to 9 o'clock for 3 days. The first night is noisy. The second is quieter. The third gives you back your mornings. Systems beat moods. Avoid common traps, empty threats. You warn and don't act. People learn to wait you out. Draw fewer lines and defend them all. 1 defended line changes culture more than 10 ignored ones. Public corrections. You buy silence, not improvement. Correct in private. Praise in public. Protect dignity. Protect the standard. Rules that change by person. People learn the real rule is who are you. Write the rule in 1 sentence and apply it to everyone, including yourself. Compassion that melts into permissiveness. Compassion removes blockers. Permissiveness erases the line. Say, how can I help you meet the standard? Then hold the standard. Flattery fog. Compliments hide risk. Run a weekly bad news early ritual. Say, I judge reality, not effort. Whoever brings the ugly truth gets protection and a thank you, and you act on it. Truth is a gift. Protect the giver. Tighten your language so it carries weight. Messages go like this: outcome, ask, deadline, standard. For example, outcome, draft version 1 by Friday 3 p.m. Why? It unblocks design Monday. Ask, confirm owner and risks today. Standard, flag risks the same day. Clean forward, no cushion for confusion. Meetings follow 3 laws. Start on time, end when the goal is met. In the last 60 seconds, write and send the recap with owner and deadline. If a decision stalls for 48 hours, the owner decides and documents why. If it isn't written, it isn't real. Energy matters. Exhaustion erases standards. Choose one fortress habit to protect your attention. A no-meeting block, a shutdown ritual, or a single task hour. Tell people why. Keep it. When you defend your time once, they believe you next time. Machiavelli also warned about flatterers. Every leader attracts them unless they design for dissent. Create a truth channel. 10 minutes each week for what's off. You reward the messenger. You change something visible. The team learns honesty is safe and useful. Do a pre-mortem. Before the next big effort, say, it's 3 months later and we failed. Why? Write down 5 causes. Turn each into a rule. Unclear roles becomes one owner and a clear definition of done. Slow decisions becomes, if we stall 48 hours, the owner decides and documents the reason. Scope creep becomes, any change after kickoff needs a written trade-off and a new date. Stack the odds. Don't worship them. What if you mess up? Use a 3-step recovery. First, own it plainly. I missed the deadline I agreed to. Second, name the standard and take the consequence. Our standard is early truth. I didn't meet it, so my next task has smaller scope and daily updates. Third, show the fix. Here's the plan. The first step is already done. When leaders live the rule, everyone else believes the rule. Use the daily loop. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. Morning, read your 3 non-negotiables. Pick one action that proves each rule today. Block your first deep work window. Visualize the smallest consequence you will enforce calmly if needed. Evening, did your actions match your rules? Write 1 line of proof. If not, apply the smallest consequence now. Reset tomorrow's first block and top task. Consistency beats intensity. 10 tiny behaviors flip culture in 30 days when repeated. Start and end on time. Put the hardest task first. Phone off in one-on-ones. Write and send the recap. Praise in public, correct in private. Ask for bad news early. Decide after 48 hours of stall and document why. Close loops the same day. Keep promises visible and countable. Apply 1 small consequence immediately when needed. You may feel a tug to go back to being nice. Here's your inner script when that happens. I can be kind and still keep the line. The rule protects everyone. Say it out loud, then act. The first week is the hardest, the second week is smoother. By week 3, people stop testing because tests no longer work. Ethics are simple here. Trade-offs are real. Design incentives that protect the many, not the favored few. Consequences are proportional, documented, and tied to actions, not status. No humiliation, no bluffing, no favorites. Build a system stronger than your mood. Turn this into muscle memory with a 7-day challenge. Day 1, write your 3 non-negotiables and the if-then consequence map. Post it where it must be seen. Day 2, run bad news early for 10 minutes. Protect the messenger. Day 3, install a 15-minute daily checkpoint or a 90-minute deep work block. Day 4, enforce 1 small consequence calmly. No speeches. Day 5, publicly thank someone for early truth. Name the behavior. Day 6, pre-mortem next week and turn each risk into a rule. Day 7, do the evening loop. Keep what worked, adjust what didn't. Draw fewer lines and defend them all. Reward early truth every time. Be predictable, not permissive. Do 1 thing before noon tomorrow. Write your 3 rules on paper. Post them where you cannot miss them. Prove 1 with action, either a calm private correction or a public thank you for early truth. That single move shifts the whole day. You do not need to be feared. You do not need universal approval. You need to be the same person every time, clear, fair, consistent. That is how you lead yourself first. That is how teams move without being pushed. That is how pressure becomes progress. Next, we reduce your dependence on luck. Virtù versus fortuna. We will stack skill over chance, so your life stops depending on good weather.